today I wanted to do a little recap of my last Shop My Stash products and show you what I've picked for this time. And so we're just gonna go ahead and run through really quickly. The palettes that I had out, I had these two highlighting palettes, this Wet n Wild one and the Kat Von D Alchemy palette. I thoroughly enjoy using both of these, but now I want to pull out something new. So I used, actually I think I kept these both for 2 rounds. So it's time to move them out for something else. My Saharan Blush palette, I did use this a few times, but not a ton. But I am glad that I got some use out of it. I should have used it as an eyeshadow palette and I didn't, but you know, I can return back to it. It's not going anywhere. My Living Coral palette, I used the heck out of this palette. Like, I used this a ton. I took this camping with me, if you saw me maybe mention about that. So I used this the entire week that I was camping up at the river, which I have a vlog about that if you'd like to see what we did and tubing down the river and stuff. I'll link it up here. And then I'm collecting some dust over here. My Juvia's Wahala palette. I did use this quite a few times and did some really fun looks with it, so I am very happy that I got some more use out of that. And then the other palette that I had was my Tarte Tartist Pro, and I have that on today because I can just do very simple. I'm going to work today and I felt lazy because I'm trying to still get packed for camp, and so I'm like, I don't have time to sit and mess with my eye makeup for forever and do a fancy look, so I threw on a look like this, and I did a similar kind of one yesterday, just a little bit darker. And so those are the shades in that palette. And yeah, so I've been using this a ton because it does create very beautiful, simple looks. And you can go a little funkier too, but so those were the palettes that I had. So those are all moving their way out. So I did get use out of everything, and that makes me happy, since that basically is the point of Shop My Stash. So yeah, that's kind of what. So I was using my Coty Airspun powder. I love this stuff. I still love it, but I am going to move it out. You're going to see some of the reasons why I'm choosing some of the products I am for this next Shop My Stash are because I'm heading to camp for 2 weeks. And so I want things that are like as compact as possible. Like, I don't want a ton of stuff and bulky, you know, that kind of thing, or things that can spill, that kind of stuff. And then I had my Makeup Geek highlight that I've been using a lot, so I really enjoyed using that more. My butter bronzer is getting real down there, guys. So I definitely got through a ton more of that. These are all things that I'm moving out, okay? So I'll just say that. This mascara, I hated it when I first used it, but I think it was because it was too wet of a formula. Once it dried out a little bit, I like it okay. I don't think it's like the most amazing mascara ever or anything. It's the Smashbox Super Fan. But I did enjoy using it, and it's getting where it's drying out, and so it's starting to be flaky and stuff, so it will be thrown out for a new one to come in. So I'm glad that I went through a tube of mascara there. I was using my Milk Makeup, my bronzer, it's called Baked Matte Bronzer Stick, and the Lip and Cheek in work. And so I did use these quite a few times. When I use these, I feel like my skin looks so flawless. It gives me like almost like an airbrush look or something, just very smooth, and I love it. It makes me feel gorgeous when I use these products, so I am absolutely loving them. Let's see what else. My eyebrow pencil, check this baby out. That is all that's left. There might be one more use left in that, so that is going to be probably over the next couple days before I leave for camp. I'll use it up the rest of the way. My Pixie Fairy Lights in Crystalline. I did use this a few times, not a ton, but I was glad I got some use out of it. Let's see. Oh, my ABH Blush Trio. It's pinks like this. What is this called? Passion Pink, or Pink Passion rather. So I was using that. I actually have that on today also. I have this highlight on. I have this on. Like, I've got, you know, products that I've been using from my Shop My Stash. This primer is just about at the end. So same thing with my eyebrow pencil. These two will probably be used up within the next couple days before I leave for camp. So when you're seeing this, I may be back from camp. I may be at camp, whatever. But when I'm actually recording it, it's a couple days before we're leaving. this is my like brow mascara stuff that just kind of holds it in place. I am thinking this is getting real close to the end. It's e.l.f. I've used it a ton, so I probably am going to need to get a new one soon. But it will go into the other because, or into my next Shop My Stash because I'm just using it up and whatever. All right. So the other things in here, I am going to go ahead and move over for my next Shop My Stash. I am going to keep using these BB creams. This one is medium tint and this one is medium deep. So depending on how much sun I have on my face. So I have the medium on right now. These have been so fabulous for summer, keeping my skin from looking cakey and yucky. It's just a nice sheer tint, covers up some stuff and just kind of gives it a little something without too much. I don't get creasing. I have to say about these, every foundation that I ever use, I do get a little bit of creasing in my smile lines right here and in my 11s. I get none with these. So I'm loving these. I'm thinking maybe I want to try more of like BB cream, CC cream kind of things as foundation because I feel like they just look nicer on my skin than foundations typically do. So those are moving over to take with me. Also my eyeshadow primer, because I believe it's the only one I have and it's getting low. I'm like, oh shoot, I should have got a new one. I love the Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer. I love it. So another thing moving over is my Maybelline Age Rewind because it's getting low, but I am loving this stuff. It's great for the skin color that I have right now with having a tan and stuff. So I want to go ahead and get this used up so it doesn't go to waste. And then I can go into some of my other concealers, which actually are for like when my skin is a little lighter. So that will work out better for later. And then, oh, these I am moving on out. The little black Smashbox fishnet liner and the Lottie London AM to PM. It's like a brown. I'm moving them over or taking them out of the rotation now. I've had them in there for both times because they're ones that need to be sharpened and I don't want to mess with that when I'm at camp. Like I don't want to be sharpening things and worrying about that. So, and then the rest of this I have decided is all moving over for next month because I've decided I don't want to be without my colored liners. Like they're just something that I thoroughly enjoy. And with a look like this one, a lot of times I'll slap just a color in the waterline or line the upper lash line or something like that. And it just gives it a little something extra. And so I want them with me. They're going to go with me over to camp because I want them. So that was the products that I used last month. So, or not last month. I'm not doing this monthly. It's just kind of whenever, when I feel like switching stuff over. It's usually every few weeks. So I'm moving to this bag to take to camp. My sister got this for me for Christmas a couple years ago. And it's a nice big canvas bag. And so I take it with me when we travel. So for eyeliners, I'm going to be taking my Esquito brown and black eyeliners because they wind up. So I don't have to worry about, you know, sharpening and things like that. So those are going with me. And then I'm bringing my new e.l.f. Eyebrow pencil. And also, did I put the other one in here? Aha, I just realized mixed in with my eyeliners is my Wet n Wild brow pencil, which I actually only have this tiny little bit in too. So that's why I'm taking my new e.l.f. one because there's not enough in either of my other ones left to take with me. So that's why there's a brand new one. Then for a new mascara, I have a new little Bad Gal Bang travel one. So that's going for my mascara. I'm going to take my Rimmel Stay Matte powder, which already has Hit Pan on that, as my powder for at camp. I am taking this blush palette that my cousin Debbie got me that has more of the pinky blushes and a highlight. And then also, instead of bringing a bronzer and blush and highlight, like all that separate ones, I have gotten that Catrice California in a box, and I actually really love this, so I'm glad to pull it out and use it. So I've got bronzers there and blushes. These are a little bit more of like a maybe like peachy tone as opposed to the pink ones, so I think that's a good variety. And then that highlight. So I've got two different highlights and different colors of blushes and bronzers in here just between these two so that it's not so much bulk. For eyeshadow palettes, I chose some smaller ones so that they're not big and bulky like some of my other ones I was using. So I'm going to take this Folklore Paris palette that Claire Barrera sent to me, and it looks like this. It's got some really good neutral brown tones, but then some nice pretty summery colors and yellow, because you know I love yellow. And so that is coming with me. So is my Classy Cake Cosmetics that I chose all the colors and put into. So it looks like this. So those are all shimmery. And since I've got a lot of like the like neutral brown colors, it'll be good to be able to pull from those and then put shimmer with that. And then also I am taking my 2 Makeup Geek palettes that I custom made. So one looks like this, and one looks like this. So I figured that'll give me a good variety of things, but altogether they're like, I mean, that's doesn't take up much space. So I'm excited to get more use out of my Makeup Geek and my Classy Cake Cosmetics. And I will have some new Classy Cake Cosmetics coming soon that I'll be able to show you. And then this time I did choose a setting spray. I have this that I got in a subscription of some kind, probably Ipsy. It's the Coola makeup setting spray with green tea and aloe, and it has SPF 30 in it. So I thought I would go ahead and take that to be able to use to set my makeup, because it'll be hot and we'll be outside. And this time something different that I have not done in my past ones is I picked a couple lip products to take with me. I always have lip balm because I am like a lip balm addict. I have to have lip balm on my lips at all times. But then I also wanted to take a couple other things that are just a little more pretty, like when we go to service at night and stuff. So first of all, I have this Milani Natural Luster lip gloss. It is so pretty. It is not what I have on right now. Right now I have on a Becca, this Becca one, Glow Gloss, and Champagne Cream is what's on my lips right now, which I absolutely love also. But yeah, so I'm going to take that with me to have as a gloss for like at night for service and stuff. And then I'm going to take these 2 little fresh sugar things here. I like how they screw open. That's kind of nice. This one is Sugar Rose, so it's just got a nice light pink. It's not dark like that. Actually, I'll go ahead and swatch for you. If you can even see, I mean, it's just a very slight, glossy, sheer, like totally the kind of stuff I'm down with. And then this one is Sugar Petal, and it looks like this. And I'll swatch it here. This one has more color to it, like this, like a little pinkier tone. And so those are the 3 little lip products I'm going to take, so I have a little variety. And those are the products that I chose for Shop My Stash this month, or for whatever, for going up for camping. It's kind of camping edition because I want to make sure that I have you know, things that aren't, like I said, taking up a ton of space and dealing with like loose powder and stuff like that. Like I don't want to do that. I just want to go and put my makeup on in the morning and head out for the rest of my day. The only thing, let me see, I did not pull another. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this Tarte base tape, because since this is like, I'll be using this up over the next couple days. This will be my new primer. That's the word, primer. So those are my products for this next round of Shop My Stash. I am loving Shop My Stash because it is getting me to focus on certain parts of my stash, if you will, collection, and just getting good use out of them, and like kind of trying some, maybe when you're like, okay, I'm only allowing myself to use these palettes, you might use different colors in them that you would normally gravitate toward. So it's been really fun to kind of just see like, oh gosh, I didn't realize the shadow looks like this. Why have I not been wearing this? You know, kind of thing. So, so yeah, that is what I chose. Let me know what you guys think. I love watching Shop My Stash videos. So if you have any, let me know. And I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye.